What's going on, guys? Supercar speaking here. Let's dive into a new devlog video. As I continued to implement the different mechanics we wanted to have in our stealth game, we then came up with the idea of including the possibility of using binoculars to look into the distance via a powerful zoom system, but also to mark enemies and leave them highlighted. An idea which some of you may have guessed was inspired by Metal Gear Solid 5 and its prominent use of binoculars. We might naively think that it's something quite simple to program, that we just need to make it so that we can highlight enemies with a key, and that's it. But in fact, it's really not that simple. In reality, even for something that on the surface seems simple, there are a lot of parameters to take into account. First, what if the enemy previously highlighted with the binoculars dies? Does it remain highlighted? In this case, a strong player who has highlighted all the enemies and then killed them will find himself with dead enemies highlighted everywhere, which can be really unpleasant. We then had to program a system that ensures that once a marked enemy is dead, the marking is also removed. These are all the things you need to consider when programming such a system. And then quickly the idea of adding a timer was suggested. A timer admittedly quite substantial that allows you to make the most of your marking, but also frees up a little visual space if it becomes too cluttered over time. And that's it. When coding such a system, programmers may tend to think in terms of code, but this code must provide the most optimal user experience possible, and the code must therefore follow suit.